So what do we mean by healing? Healing, oftentimes it's the body needs healing. So there's a particular sickness or a malaise in the body that needs healing, and the body seems to find a way to fight off infection or repair the cells or repair the body. So we could call that healing. And in a spiritual sense or mental sense, when there's turmoil and suffering and all sorts of mental illness, there can be, it seems like there's an impulse to heal that. And a lot of spirituality is based upon healing specific things in that separate person that are wrong. That person's has anxiety or is angry or is fearful or any of these things, or feels unworthy. We want to heal these things. We want to heal them, make them go away, change them, make that person a better version of itself, and then it'll be all right. Things will be all right if these things can be done. If these things can be fixed, that person will be all right. So there's a lot of work done on healing that story of separate self, making it a better version of itself. And in this sort of the middle ground of life, that can have some effect. There can be temporary reprieve. It can sort of give another angle to this that helps it feel more secure. It's always the ego or the biology wanting to feel safe and secure that's sort of propagating all of this, that's inspiring all of this illusion, I suppose. But if there is an idea of, I'll heal this, and you can wrap yourself in that snug blanket of being more worthy because I'll give you new ideas in the story, then you'll feel better. And it does work. It does work, but it doesn't actually get rid of the underlying feeling of discomfort or unworthiness that's kind of out of reach. It's subconscious somewhere. Ultimately, it's who is unworthy or who is angry and why. Now the why is not really that necessary. It's actually, if it's looked for, the source is looked for and found to be an invention in thought in the first place, then all of those things that it's leveraging off, all of those story chapters that it's leveraging off, all those traumas that it's leveraging off, they may not disappear straight away because they're probably so deeply ingrained in subconscious conditioning that they fire away. But over time, if every time they're fired and brought up and they're looked at, and it's really looked at who's having the experience, who's having the trauma, who's fearful, who's angry, who's unworthy, who's anxious, it's like it's not there, and it just seems to recondition that. But the major change, I think, is actually realizing right back at the source of who is feeling all of these things, who is having the experience. And it's an openness. This openness is always complete, and it always is whole, and it's always embracing itself. It's always safe. The isness, the wholeness that we are, is safe and secure. It never moves. There's just all of this stuff playing in it. So it doesn't need to get any better or keep itself safe. It's just always complete. It's imperturbable, but it has all of these vibrant experiences within it. And that's what you are. So the idea of healing, I think the greatest step towards healing is to actually realize what you really are. And everything else will change from that. Maybe not straight away, but that conditioning will unwind the more time it's brought up, seen, and then relaxed and let go of.